And you, my first companion, farewell. I buried you well in your hollow tree. I have hidden you well from the wolves, but I part from you. Never again shall I speak to the people. For the last time have I spoken to the dead. Talk about his dead companion, or is he saying that the people are basically dead? Zarathustra's speeches on the three metamorphoses of the spirit. I tell you how the spirit becomes a camel, and the camel a lion, and the lion, finally, a child. There is much that is difficult for the spirit, the strong, reverent spirit that would bear much, but the difficult and the most difficult are what its strength demands. What is difficult? Asks the spirit that would bear much, and kneels down like a camel, wanting to be well loaded. What is most difficult, O heroes? Asks the spirit that would bear much, that I may take it upon myself and exult in my strength. Is it not humbling oneself to wound one's haughtiness, letting one's folly shine to mock one's wisdom? Or is it this, parting from our cause when it triumphs?
I think a main part of confusion about discussion of the Overman is that it's presented to us, not by Nietzsche, but to our way of interpreting things, as a type of man we're trying to achieve. In Zarathustra, it's even spoken of this way. But if you look at specifically what's being tried to achieve, it's a person that's perpetually overcoming rather than themselves. Right. So for example, taking joy in your folly, letting it outshine your wisdom. Well, because you're not going to become perfect, and you are not perfect. And as far as this last bit right before I'm interjecting here,
or is it this, parting from our cause when it triumphs?
The idea that what's this hardest is when you triumph, and let's say you discover some truth, to overcome that truth. People want to hold on to that. If you have a successful performance channel on YouTube, then you're going to likely keep aping what you think gave you that success. It's very hard to leave that behind and take a new step. And this is the kind of thing that Nietzsche is advocating. That is really what we're going to get at with this idea of the Overman. It's not some sort of Superman that's better than everybody else. It is someone that is continually overcoming their own limitations.
Like the camel that burdened speeds into the desert, thus the spirit speeds into the desert. Who is the great dragon whom the spirit will no longer call Lord and God? Thou shalt is the name of the great dragon. Thou shalt. So we're in the second metamorphosis now. The third metamorphosis, the lion turns into a child, but now we've got the lion, and the lion wants to conquer his freedom and be master in his own desert. So he's going to fight the great dragon of thou shalt. But the spirit of the lion says, I will. I will it. I want it. He means will in that way of willpower. The spirit of the lion is, I will it. Thou shalt lies in his way, sparkling like gold, an animal covered with scales, and on every scale shines a golden thou shalt. Values, thousands of years old, shine on these scales.
Yeah, in the Nietzschean way, it's very important that you will your own future, that you will your own interaction with the world. If you were to do good deeds under the rule of thou shalt, that wouldn't really be you. That would be whomever put those thou shalts upon you, and it wouldn't reflect on you, other than by reflecting on your weakness of will to find your own way. So I think that's that. And now, the other thing I wanted to mention is this idea of values that have lasted 1,000 years. And these are the kinds of things when we're talking about, we as people often think, well, is happiness a value, or this or that or the other, these unchanging things that we either value or don't. Nietzsche doesn't see it that way. He sees values as things that humans have created, for our survival, for whatever reasons, and we reevaluate, and some of them last thousands of years, some don't. All right, and there's some confidence we can give in ones that last a long time, that they have the power as a value to survive. So there's something there strong, but not necessarily as they appear to be. It could be the expression of something that looks quite different from what the statement of value implies. So, so yes, the dragon with the scales of value.
My brothers, why is there a need in the spirit for the lion? Why is not the beast of burden, which renounces and is reverent, enough? Why couldn't we all be camels? To create new values, to create new values.